Central Florida is the ideal hub for Caribbean connections. Happy holiday, guys. Happy holidays. Today, we're going to dive right into it, right? Now, imagine the smell of jerk chicken smoking over peppermento wood, a scent that could pull you across 1,000 miles of ocean in a single breath. Or that unmistakable heart-pounding rhythm of soca beat vibrating not just in your ears, but deep in your chest. For decades, if you wanted to find the epicenter of the Caribbean, life in the Caribbean, in America, sorry about that, or compass pointed south to Miami's bustling streets, or New York City's dense bar. We're going to talk about it today, right? Now, they were the established capitals, undisputed as the hubs of the diaspora, the Caribbean diaspora, that is. So today we're going to talk about the shift in what's actually going on concerning where people are choosing to live or move when they move to America. Remember, it was all about Miami and New York City. That is where most people move to when they move from the Caribbean. Yep, we're going to talk about it today. I have a very interesting episode for you. Let's dive right in. Now, guys, I am your host and founder of Island Vacation Travel Agency. And like I said, the host of Island Vacation Travel Podcast, helping travelers and businesses plan smarter, stress-free trips with a personal touch of global insight, right? Let's dive into why Central Florida is fast becoming the ultimate hub for Caribbean life in the USA. But what if that story has changed? Just what if? What if the true center of gravity for the Caribbean culture community and connections have shifted? What if no longer on the coast, but right here in the sprawling heart of Florida, Central Florida, that it is, right? It's a bold thought because you probably never even thought about it. And it might even sound a little off, but something transformative is actually happening along the I-4 corridor in cities like Orlando, Kissimmee, and the little towns around them, right? An explosion of authentic festivals, world-class music, and unapologetically traditional food is redefining the state of Florida. We're not just talking about a few scattered communities. We're talking about a new powerhouse. Now, in this podcast, we're going to explore how and why this region, once known mostly for theme parks, became the ultimate hub for Caribbean life in the United States. Now, before we dive in, a quick shout out to islandvacas.com. That's ISLANDVACAS.com. Shout out to you guys. That's where I help travelers and businesses plan smarter, stress-free, very important, stress-free trips with a personal touch of global insight, right? Now, whether it's a Caribbean getaway or a corporate travel trip, we got your next adventure covered. You could just visit our website. We could book it for you, or you could book it directly as well. It's hybrid. Check it out, right? Now, let's jump right into our topic today, the Great Migration, beyond Miami's shadow. To understand Central Florida's transformation, you have to understand the journey. It's a story told not in statistics, but in family cars packed to the brim, heading north on Florida's Turnpike. For generations, Miami was the getaway. It was the logical first step for anyone arriving from Jamaica, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Lucia, Barbados, and the list goes on, or anywhere else in any of the islands, Dominica, it just goes on, right? It was familiar, close, and had established communities already, which was easy for them to assimilate into. But that came at a cost. Now, we spoke to some people around. We spoke with Jean, as you always say, a software developer who came to Miami from Port-au-Prince in the late 2000s. Port-au-Prince is Haiti, all right? Now, his history is one of thousands. Now, he said Miami was a lot. He tells us that pausing to think it was vibrant, you could hear Creole on every street corner in Lil Haiti. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Lil Haiti, right? You could find the music, the food. It felt like a piece of home, but it was also suffocating, which is something you hear foreigners, especially Caribbean people moving to America. That's something very common to talk about. Feels very suffocating, right? The traffic was a nightmare. The cost of a small apartment was more than a mortgage somewhere else. I was working 2 jobs just to keep my head above water. And I felt like I was losing my very reason I came to America, to build a better life, more stable life for my family. Now that's Gene explaining his experience of him coming out here. Gene's experience was a turning point for many. The very things that made South Florida the primary destination, its density and history, also led to saturation. Too many people. The cost of living became a huge barrier, according to recent data. The overall cost of living in Miami is about 23 to 26% higher than in Orlando. Now that's kind of crazy. But the most staggering number is housing. The average house price in Miami is roughly 65% higher than in Orlando. That is crazy. That's not a small gap. That's a life-changing difference. It's the difference between renting forever and owning a home with a backyard for your kids, guys. So the migration north began, not a sudden flood, but a steady stream of families seeking more. They were looking for space, opportunity, and a place where they had earned money could actually go further. Central Florida, with its growing economy and affordable suburbs, was actually waiting for them. This was a calculated move. Orlando wasn't just a tourist town anymore. It was quickly becoming a global city. The mid 2023, between mid 2023 and mid 2024, the Orlando metro area added nearly 76,000 new residents, making it the fastest growing large region in the United States of America. You heard me right. And here's the key detail. A huge driver of that growth was international migration. The region wasn't just growing, it was becoming a magnet for the world at large, with the Caribbean leading the charge. A lot of people moved from the Caribbean to Central Florida. And yeah, as you heard, 36,000 people just in Orlando, right? Now, let's take a quick pause for our friends at Culinary.com. They have functional spikeless golf shoes. Yeah. And we also want to shout out EricJavits.com. That's our other set of friends. Eric Javits actually makes chic travel ready hats that make every adventure look effortless. You could actually pack their hats and travel with it. That's for the ladies. So shout outs to them. We appreciate you guys. Now, you could also visit their websites and use our code island vacation. That's one word. And get big discounts on there. Let them know we sent you, right? Now, because your journey deserves the best care, you need to go and check out their websites, especially the glove shoes. Yeah. All right, guys. Now let's get back to the show. The Culinary Renaissance, a taste of home in every corner. Now, you can't talk about Caribbean culture without talking about Caribbean food. Food is memory. That's what we're taught. It's a celebration. It's the most powerful connection to the land and the family you left behind. For years, a common pain for Caribbean people living outside the major hubs was the struggle for authentic food, because that's the first thing you're always going to look for. You need to eat every day, and you'll always go to what's familiar. That deep craving for a proper plate of oxtail, a perfect flanky Trinidad roti. I love rotis. Or a warm bowl of sancocho just couldn't be satisfied. Central Florida has solved that problem with spectacular abundance, guys. We have options for food now. Yes. The transformation is breathtaking. It's not just one or two token restaurants anymore. Take a drive down US 192, Kissimmee, or Colonial Drive in Orlando. You'll be greeted by a vibrant tapestry of signs, flavors of Jamaica's Jones Island Twist, and Cater Tropical Miss. That's just two to name. Shouts out to them. Now, these aren't just names. They are declarations of authenticity. There's also Jerk Hut, but that's in Tampa. We actually visited Flavors of Jamaica, a family-owned chain that started in Kissimmee. They didn't know. And also they started in Ocoee and is now opening a third location in Orlando because of overwhelming demand, which is a great problem to have as a business owner. We spoke with the owner, Michael, while the air in his restaurant hammered with reggae, some good old reggae, and the rich smell of some nice Bronx stew. Right? When we first opened, Michael explained people would drive an hour and a half just to get a plate. And I believe him because we do as well. They were starving for it, not just for the food, but for the feeling to come in and see other Jamaicans, to hear the patois, to feel like you're not so far away from home. He gestures to his bustling kitchen. We don't cut corners. The oxtail is slow cooked for hours until it falls off the bone. The chicken is marinated for 24 hours. People know the difference. They can taste the love. We're not just serving food, we're serving nostalgia. Jamaican nostalgia, that is. Shout outs to Jamaica, always, right? This commitment to authenticity defines the scene. Now, Johnny's Island Twist is in Kissimmee's focus on all natural herbs and spices, catering to health conscious generations that still demands traditional flavor. You could check them out. At a place like Japan Caribbean cuisine, you could find a unique fusion of Trinidadian flavors with Cajun twists, showing how Caribbean cooking evolves in a new environment. But the culinary renaissance goes beyond just restaurants. It's about access at every level. Supermarkets are in areas like Kissimmee and Pine Hills have entire sections dedicated for Caribbean products. There are also stores that are solely Caribbean products as well. There are a few of them. You could find Blue Mountain coffee, Grace hot pepper sauce, a dozen varieties of hard dough bread, and the specific brand of coconut milk your grandmother swore by. Whichever one, they got it. They also got farmers markets and specialty grocers sells fresh callaloo. Everybody looking for callaloo. I got some growing in the backyard too. You could also get breadfruit and also Scotch bonnet peppers, all in the Caribbean stores. Now, this is a game changer. It means culture isn't just something you experience when you go out. It's something you can bring into your own home, cook in your own pot, and pass down to the children, the kids. That's important. They need to know how to cook the food too, because they like it too. Now, again, quick intermission for our partners at oldglory.com. Shouts out to them for premier travel flag gear and lifestyle gear that keeps pride visible wherever you go. They got some great merch as well. Lovely stuff. Yeah, I'll have to put some on one of them days. All right, so let's get back to the show. The rhythm of the islands, music, festivals, and nightlife. If food is the heart of the Caribbean culture, the music is the soul. Remember that. It's the rhythm of daily life and the soundtrack to every celebration and everything that's going on in the Caribbean. In Central Florida, the sound is a joyous thundery roar that echoes for stadiums, parks, and also nightclubs. The area has become a premier destination for Caribbean music and festivals, drawing international artists and massive crowds that rival and sometimes surpass events in the other cities. You better believe that, right? The crown jewel is the Orlando Carnival. Now that's actually annual. It's an annual Orlando Carnival. It's not just a parade, it's a multi-day cultural immersion. Imagine Tinkerfield and the area around Camping World Stadiums transforming into a kaleidoscope of colors and sounds and also feathers and, beautiful attires. Let's say that. Now, Saturday morning brings Juve, the pre-dawn celebration where revelers cover in paint powder, whichever one, or oil. I don't know how many of them do it. Big up to the jab people. Dancing through the streets to the driving beats of steel pan and loud soca music on big trucks. This is what we do as Caribbean people, right? It's a celebration. One of those days I'll go into the whole conversation of what Carnival is all about. Then comes the massive parade, a spectacular procession of dazzling, elaborated costumes, some towering stories high, huge ones, covered in feathers and also jewels, crystals and all kind of different things, rhinestones and all that kind of stuff, sequins and everything. Each band represents a different theme, bringing the spirit of Trinidad, Barbados, St. Lucia, Grenada, Antigua, Dominica, Bahamas, USVI, Jamaica now, Cayman Islands, Bermuda, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to say the least, Trinidad and Tobago. All right, and the list goes on, guys. To the streets of Orlando. Big up to all our friends out there that indulge in Carnival, right? The air is thick with pulsating energy of soca, calypso, and reggae for massive speaker trucks. The energy is absolutely contagious. Yeah, if you come around, you're going to enjoy it. It's amazing. We spoke to a festival organizer who watched the event actually grow. He actually said that it started much smaller, more of a community, like picnic kind of feel. She's called. Now it's a major production. We have people flying in from all over the world and all different type of countries, from Canada, even the UK. Lots of people fly from the UK. My cousins, my friends fly from the UK. The Caribbean as well, right? They come also Central America. Let's not forget Belize and Guyana, right? Suriname. They come because they know Orlando's Carnival is a real deal, right? It's authentic and it's fun, right? Simple. Now, a quick pause for our friends at Cozy Earth, keeping you cozy on every trip with sustainable ultra bedding and travel essentials. Comfort is key when exploring the world, man. Because Cozy has some bamboo shades, which, oh, they enhance your sleep, you best believe. Very amazing. So visit Cozy and use our code Island Vacation. That's one word, right? And let them know we sent you. We sent you. Get that discount, right? Major discount over there at Cozy. All right, now the next generation. So, like I was saying, let's get back to the show. The next generation preserving heritage, forging new identity. The test of the diaspora's strength is passing the culture to the next generation, right? It's actually a task, right? Now, for the kids born and raised actually in the United States, heritage can actually feel distance. The challenge is making it immediate, relevant, and most importantly, theirs. Now, in Central Florida, the community is actually successfully bridging the gap, creating a unique identity where young people are proud both of the heritage of the Caribbean and also the United States. And this is happening in dynamic ways. It's not just parents telling their kids to remember where you come from. It's about hands-on experiences. At events like Caribbean American Heritage Festival, young people can join workshops to learn traditional crafts like straw making, pottery, painting, and also like crocheting too. As they work with their hands, they connect the craft to the stories of their ancestors. And we spoke to a young lady by the name of Brianna, a 19-year-old USC student whose parents are from Jamaica. Big up to Jamaica. She grew up in Orlando and described her relationship with her heritage. When I was a little kid, being Jamaican was mostly about food my mom cooked and the music my dad played. That's what she said. But as I got older, I started going to different festivals, right? And then also even into carnival with my friends. I joined the dance troupe that performs traditional and modern Caribbean dances. Suddenly, it wasn't just my parents' culture, it was my culture. It was something I was actively doing here in Orlando. It's cool to be Caribbean. It's part of the actual fabric of the city. Brianna's experience highlights a crucial point. The culture is accessible and actually visible. Young people see themselves reflected in the city around them. They see artists, business owners, and also leaders who look and sound like them. This tells them they don't have to choose between America and being Caribbean. They can be both, right? Options in this life, the spice of life. Um, we're also seeing a unique Central Florida Caribbean identity emerge. Young people are actually blending, sorry about that, the traditions of their parents with American hip hop, fashion, and also social media. Very big presence on there, which is very good too. They're creating a new form of music, dance, and expression and ways to pay themselves. They're the ones using digital tools and organize events and build communities in ways that parents never ever could. They are ensuring the culture is not static museum, like a static museum piece, but a living, evolving culture. This engagement from the youth is maybe the most compelling evidence of Central Florida status as a true hub and a diaspora for the Caribbean. Um, the older generation laid the foundation. Let's not get it twisted, right? Now, the younger generation is building on it and showing that the vibrant Caribbean pulse of Central Florida will beat strongly for decades, long after we all gone, right? It'll hopefully get better and closer, and the gap can actually bridge properly, right? Now, guys, when you put this all together, the picture becomes clear. The shift to Central Florida wasn't just one thing, but a powerful combination of factors. It began with a practical search for a better quality of life, first of all, for affordable homes and space that were disappearing actually in traditional hubs in Miami. See how close the houses are built. But a practical choice blossomed in a profound cultural phenomenon. That migration reached a critical mass, creating a demand that sparked an incredible culinary scene and also a vibrant year-round calendar of music events, festivals, food festivals, music festivals, etc. Beneath it all, a resilient community network was built for social groups, faith, and a thriving entrepreneurial spirit that builds wealth from within. Most importantly, this entire ecosystem has successfully engaged the new generation. They are not just preserving the heritage, but actively reshaping it, ensuring its future. Central Florida has become more than just a place where Caribbean people live. It has become a place where Caribbean culture thrives, evolves, and defines the region's identity. It's a testament to the spirit of the diaspora, proving you can build a new life in a new land without losing vital connection to who you are, right? You don't have to lose your identity. The center of gravity has shifted and its new home is right here, beating strong in the heart of Florida. We've shared our investigations, but the story of Central Florida's Caribbean community is told through thousands of individual voices. We want to hear from you. If you're part of this vibrant community and you're around here, or if your experience is culture firsthand, Caribbean food, Caribbean culture, music, concerts, that kind of stuff, let us know below. Comment below. What restaurant is a must try? What festival movement stays with you? Was it the Vibes Cartel concert? What was it? What to you makes this place so special for you as a Caribbean person? That wraps up our dive into why Central Florida is the heart of Caribbean culture in the US. Remember, I'm Al Philosian, founder of Island Vacation Travel Agency and the host of Island Vacation Travel Podcast. Whether you're planning a personal getaway or corporate travel, explore smarter and stress-free at www.islandvacas.com. And if you enjoyed this episode, give us a like, subscribe, and share your favorite Caribbean movements in the Caribbean community. Let us know your story. Your story is part of this incredible journey. So let us know what your experience has been with us in Central Florida and in Caribbean, from the Caribbean, and also going to the different restaurants. Once again, guys, it's how we have fun in the sun. You guys have a good one.